I got rich by the time I was 31. Here's the best advice I give my teenage friends. It was easy. What can I...
Assets make me rich. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got
Entrepreneurs
no worries.
worldwide.
Being broke just don't fit.
Network marketers
I ain't got
worldwide.
no worries. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. You see tax liens right there. RJ. Tax deeds right there.
Turn it up.
That real estate right there. Yeah. We ain't got...
Oh man, every time I hear that, the Entrepreneurs Mixtape, I get chills. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, what's going on, America? How are you? This is your role model here. Just leaving this brief message. Wanted to give everybody not only some motivation, but some education and some inspiration. As you can see, today I'm in my congressional colors, obviously, but I'm not into politics, so definitely I've been getting a lot of that. People have been saying, you're into politics? Nah, it really doesn't matter how the politics pan out. Who wins, who loses, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't really matter. As we know, entrepreneurs, if you're watching this, you're pretty much a fellow entrepreneur like myself, or a business owner, or you're into investments, what have you. You know we make our own economy, right? It doesn't matter, Democrat, Republic, doesn't matter about taxes, the monetary system, and the global world we live in. We make our own economy. We print our own money. We have the know-how and the financial education to make our own money. So we don't need a paycheck. We don't need to have that fear of what's going to happen in the world, because we know how to make it happen ourselves. All right. We use ingenuity to make everything work. And we use teamwork to make it work. Yes. Anyway, want to brief you a brief message today. Hope you all are having a blessed day. Hope you're too blessed to be stressed. Always hope you're obsessed with success. And mainly what I want to talk about today is something very important, and it's really brief, so I won't be long. It's mostly about planning, having a game plan, strategizing. That's what I want to talk about. You want to have a game plan in place, all right, ladies and gentlemen? And what I mean by that is, make sure you get a little close here. What I mean by that is you want to have a game plan, because when it comes down to it, you definitely have to have a good coach. You have to have good mentorship that can really stem and make sure that you and your team and your business, your endeavor, your idea, your vision, whatever it is, that it's going to work. You got to have an entrance as well as an exit strategy that you can see the beginning as well as the end, just like a game of chess. Okay, so it's all dependent upon the moves that you make, the choices that you make, just like in chess. But all in all, at the end of it all, at the end of the game, at the end game, you know the result. You already know and planned it out, and it went according to plan. Now, everything doesn't always go according to plan, but for the most part, you have a guideline, you have a structure, and that's what all successful, okay, mind you, that's the word, successful entrepreneurs, business owners, investors, franchisees, or franchise owners, that's what they have done. Any millionaire, any billionaire that you know of, they've had a plan. They follow that plan to the T, okay? Remember, focus stands for follow one course until successful, okay? So, with that being said, just want to give you a couple of my thoughts on it. So far as on the planning aspect, what I would suggest is definitely you want to, being that I'm in San Antonio, I think about that because Greg Popovich is one of the greatest coaches in my viewpoint, what I can perceive in my perception, one of the greatest coaches of all time. And San Antonio, definitely their track record shows because they follow his tutelage of that coach. So I'm just going to give my fellow role models, I'm going to give my fellow entrepreneurs some good tips that I can perceive of in my organization. And if anybody else is watching this and they want to use it, it's for anybody. And, you never want to have information that you keep to yourself. You want to share it with the world. The more information you share, the more will come back to you. Okay. So with that being said, you want to plan accordingly. For instance, so far as the money, a lot of people say that they don't have the money to do their business. They don't have the money to start, but when you really think of it, a lot of people, they didn't have the money to begin with. We started with nothing. We came into the world with nothing. We're going to leave with nothing. So mainly what it's about then is, what do you do with what you have, the resources that you have? Napoleon Hill says in one quote that, what you start from where you are today with what you have, with the resources that you have. And as you go on, as time goes on, more resources will come to you. And you can make better extremes and better just endeavors happen with those resources as they increase. Okay, one thing about it is, I say assets. It's the biggest thing. That's why I started this video off with that song, Assets Make Me Rich. That's on Entrepreneur's Mixtape. It's very, very important to know that assets make you rich. Assets make you wealthy. It is not from your labors. We have to understand this, okay? Let me get close so I can say this again so people can understand. It's not from your labors. It's from assets. Now, say if you do have a job. I'm not saying quit your job. I've never said that. It's not about quitting your job. It's about assets is going to allow you to bring money to come into your pockets without you working. You can keep your job, okay, full time, but have a business, have investments working on the side, behind the scenes, part time. And you will soon come to find out that the dollars that you make from that, any kind of profits, that is your best employer, because you want to make money become your slave. I don't mean to say this to be mean or too forward, but it's just true. Most of us, we work a job and we work it like a slave. You ever heard that old cliche? Well, that means that they're working you beyond what you're worth. They're not concerned about your health or vitality. And it could be a great job. I'm not saying the jobs are bad. Like I said, there's some jobs that people absolutely love, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay? Because if you love something and you work at it, it's not really like work because you're loving it, what you're doing. But this stems from entertainers, anybody that does music, acting, they're working, even though they get paid a great volume of sum of money at the end of the day. Okay, they're still working to get money. If they don't shoot that role in that film, they don't get paid. If they don't record that song, they don't get paid. Okay, if them albums or that video or that song or that movie doesn't sell, they don't get paid. Okay, so at the end of the day, they have to do some labors or do something to get paid. Whereas passive income is not the same. Having your money work for you is not the same. Okay, this is literally the playground of the rich. This is the playground of the wealthy. All right. This is their Disneyland, their Disney World, so to speak. Money working for you. Money is the best employer you can have because it never gets tired. It never gets sleepy. Okay. It never is going to, you never have to deal with the problems of it being late. It's always going to work on time. It's going to work 24/7. So with that being said, having businesses that you build, is it a hard aspect? Is it hard in the beginning? Yes, it is. No one said it'd be easy. But at the end of the day, when you have the skills, when you have the know-how, when you have the mindset, when you have the philosophy, okay, to understand it, you never lose it. It's like riding a bike. You fall down, get back up, okay? One business is falls, another get back up. I could recall when I first started in my entrepreneur endeavor in 2014, when I relocated to Arizona just 2 years prior, 2012. In 2014, when I got with a company and they actually went under, they failed, they closed their doors in North America. But that was the best thing that could have happened to me, because that let me know that the things that I was building towards that, it let me know that, hey, you know what, I shouldn't shun this opportunity and look bad about that because the door's closed. Because look what I learned. I learned the skills, the know-how. I learned from the philosophers and mentors I studied, people that were very successful. A lot of them are dead and gone now. They passed on, but they left behind blueprints. They left behind a remnant that I can study. And that's what I did. I copiously studied that, just like many people have, reading books and putting to use and using that information that you get out of them books. It does no good if you don't read it and use it, or listen to an audio and use it, utilize it. Okay. Other than that, you read it to get the actual, facilitate that information, to get it inside, to assimilate that information, and then you have to make the application. You got to put it to use. So that's the number one tip I would say. All right, as far as any coaching I would give to my fellow role models or entrepreneurs all out there, is assets make me rich. Assets make you rich. Okay, having the philosophy to understand that. So when you understand that, you'll be thinking differently now when you go on that job. You'll be thinking differently now when you go out there in life. The whole world, it look like the Matrix. Okay, it won't be the same. You'll be like Neo. You'll be thinking differently, looking differently. You won't perceive, and your perception of everything will be different. Any dollar that you come in contact with, you'll put it to work for you, to be your slave. And then that dollar, just like in the great book, great literary account, The Richest Man in Babylon, that dollar will not only be your slave and work hard for you over time, but it'll actually get more dollars. It'll bring more dollars and more dollars and more dollars. And those dollars' children and those dollars' children and those dollars' children will all work for you. So you'll have generations spawned of the dollars working for you. Every dollar that comes in your pocket, okay, you should put it to work for you. Upon doing this, whether it's a slow process or whether it's a fast process, whether it's investments, okay, whether that be real estate, whether that be stocks and bonds, paper assets, okay, forex or equities, okay, currency trading or equity trading, whether that be big businesses that you're building, okay, with whatever product or service your company offers, whether it's travel, okay, whether it's network marketing aspect, which is a great aspect for anybody that wants to get into business. Look for a good network marketing company because it's going to teach you how to not want that paycheck and be a slave for those dollars. It's going to teach you how to have the entrepreneur mindset so that you can in turn work for those dollars, but you're turn those dollars around to work for you now. And that's what you want. So other than that, with that being said, and also investments, you know, having that mentality about assets make me rich is going to let you start looking for investments. Another great veteran in the entrepreneur realm named Todd Falcone, network marketing professional, who Eric Worre, I found through Eric Worre a long time ago, years ago, talked about the eyes cannot see what the eyes aren't trained to see. So now that you're seeing this information with this video, if you stay with me this long, sorry it's running over 10 minutes, a little long, 12 minutes here, but I did want to put this out there to the world, to the universe. So hopefully it can fall upon somebody's eyes and they can behold it and they can use this information to make the application. Todd Falcone says, yes, the eyes cannot see what the eyes aren't trained to see. Now that you see this video, now you know how important assets is. If you don't understand what assets is, you can comment below, okay? Either myself or another fellow role model or someone, an entrepreneur that showed you this video can explain to you what assets are, okay? But assets make you rich. So having your game plan to structure around assets is very important. Look for them wherever assets are. Liabilities are things that don't put money in your pocket. You might buy something and it won't be worth anything years down the line. Assets, on the other hand, are especially appreciating assets, even if it's cryptocurrency, okay? Appreciating assets is going to continue to make money, continue to grow in value. That's what you want. When you do this, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the greatest game plans from any coach, any mentor, any role model that you can get. Because understanding this, and they don't teach it in school either, understanding this will make your life so much easier. It'll make your relationship easier. It'll make, whether it's with your spouse or whatnot, or your mate, it'll make your life easier. It'll make for the relationship with your children, relationship with your time, having more time to do things with your family. It makes so much easier because you won't be a slave to the dollar. You'll be having the dollars be a slave to you. Those hundreds of dollars, they'll be slave to you until you get up into the millions. All right. With that being said, I'm signing off. God bless. And hopefully everybody can take this information and make the application. All right. And
we ain't got no worries. You see forex right there. That's that stock market right there. Network marketing right there. Yeah. We ain't got no worries. Getting filthy stains.